Hi, I'm Marek Skotak, and this video will be about the software NCFlow, which is the web cloud CAM software for woodworking machines. So let's start with the introduction of this software. So it's a web browsed software, so it's running under any web browser, also on the mobile phone and the tablet. In the mobile phone, I do not recommend it because it's not so comfortable use it on the mobile phone, the small screen. But in the tablet, it's working without any bigger issue. So there you can see that we have a 4 section there. There it's editor, nesting, 3D simulation, and export to the CNC. There we have also menu for creating geometry and editing geometry. There you can see that you have information about all of your invoices and what the type of subscription you have. There you can manage all of your invoice, and there you can cancel the subscription if you do not happy with this. We have a tool library there. So it's loading from your cloud. So if you create the new account in the NCFlow, you will get the space in the cloud, and you have a tool database and also your project library. So now we can close this one, and we can start with the import of the geometry. So there we have a possibility open DXF, DVG, and PDF or picture. So we can start, for example, with a DXF file. So like this one. What we have to do as a first, it's a create material, and now we can see that the material is too small because the DXF is too small. So we can use the scale function, which will set up, for example, 10 times. And we will only change now the material, so it will be like this one. And now we can see that it's a 360 and 280, and what is okay. When I want to apply the operation, it's very easy to use. So you just only select the operation, select the geometry, select the tool which you want. So for example, this one, and side of the machining and depth of the machining, which will be, for example, 3. Add selected, and now we have a possibility to simulate it in the isometric or in the top view. When we want export to the code, so we just only switch to the export, select the machine, so like a Holz-Her. Now it's creating the NC code. And now we are ready. You can also export some report about the machining, and you can download the code, and then you have a NC code for this machine type. We will go back to the editor, and we can save the project like new folder, NCFlow test. It create the new folder, and the project name will be car. So save project. Now we should see there in our cloud, and you can anytime open it, and also you can export to device if it's if you will want. So there would create NCF file. If we wanna, for example, use the picture, so we can select picture, select some picture which we can download anywhere from the internet. And now also we can see if we apply the material, it's a 120 and 194. We can change it by a scale, so it will be 255. Apply, and change the material, which will be this one. Select again, contour, select tool, this one on the center, and depth will be 1 millimeter. Apply, and now we have file ready for using inside the export. We can also save it to the as a new project, so NCFlow, and there will be like a woman Save it. Okay. Go back, new file. And there is also possible creating geometry directly in the workspace. So we can set the material there, 500, 500, apply material, and now we can draw the geometry like we want. So for example, this one, this we can let it, close cat. If we want to move with the geometry, so just right click on this one, click there, and there will be 50 and 300, and apply. The same will be for a circle, so it will be, diameter will be 8, and the position we can set this one, and it will be 70 and 200 from the 0 point. We can also add the geometry to the array. So for example, there we can set the linear, and it will be 3 millimeters. Sorry, so 3 or 10. The step will be 32, and in the Y nothing, and it will recopy the geometry. Now when we have part like this one, very simple part, so we can use this one for drilling. It's 8 millimeter, depth will be true, okay, and this one we will set as a cutting, and it will be by this tool, and in this one, and it will be 5 millimeter depth. Now we can save it to the cloud, so save project, and we will set for nesting. Save project. Now we should see there, yeah, we have a for nesting. We can go to the nesting section, and there we can see that we have a material settings. We can also set the material, save material to the database, or we can only just add the geometry. So it's this one, part gap 10, okay, can be. And now we will only add the part which we want to the nesting. So this one, and we will want, for example, 50 of this part, add it to the nesting, optimize tool change, compute, and it will create the nesting parts for this project. So now when I set as a new one, and for example, there will be the car 6.1, and there will be 50, optimize tool change, compute, yeah, and now we have a one sheet, 2 unique parts. If we want download it to the as a code, we can also save the jobs. Of course, this one, nesting test, save job. It's saved to our database, and now we can export this, and there you can see that we have a one sheet, and we can download the code when it will be ready. There we have also report about the nesting and about the operation. Now we can see that the NC package is ready, so we can download all, and it will download our code for a production. Okay, so this is the presentation how it's working, and thanks for your attention, and já to musím pozastřít.